Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for mid-May 2022. We're just going to jump right in here, Virgo, and see what is going on for you at this time. I definitely feel there could be communication coming in for you. As always, during a retrograde, I would be very careful of communication that's coming in. Especially if it's a fire sign here, or it could be a water sign. If it's someone from the past, someone that is going to upset you, then I would, block that person before something happens, is what I would say to you. It looks pretty good, even though you have the tower. Every single person has had the tower, as I've been saying for the past few months. Everybody's been getting the tower like crazy. I just think there are a lot of global, tower moments happening basically in the world. The tower can also be a good thing as well. It can be a move. It can be you moving, traveling. I do look at the tower as a good thing in the first place because it's something we have to let go of in the first place. It doesn't matter if it's a tower moment or not. The whole point of the tower is that we've been holding on to something too tight. So you start off with this message card here. I definitely feel there's an important message coming in for you. I would be careful of anyone from the past, but at the same time, I feel like this is an important message that you are receiving. And for a lot of you, it could have to do with work or career. You have the 2 Wands, King of Wands to the 9 of Pentacles right here. This diagonal. I feel if you are hoping to travel or move or just change jobs in general, this to me looks like a job change that would actually be very profitable for you. I mean, 9 of Pentacles is a card of gratitude and luxuries, finding something that can provide maybe just a little bit above and beyond what you're used to. And I kind of feel that for you here with the 9 of Pentacles. I have the word above and beyond popping into my head. I don't know if that's a good thing yet or not. We're going to find out. You have the 2 of Wands, King of Cups, and the 4 of Cups here. The King of Cups, I do feel could be a person from your past. Again, I would be careful of that. I feel like this is a person. It's interesting to have the King of Wands and the King of Cups right next to each other in this reading. And it could just be a person who maybe is seeing something happen in your life. That's kind of how I see this, where it's someone seeing things going well for you and then they, pop up, trying to mess things up. So I'd be very careful of that with the King of Cups. I don't like the King of Cups in this reading for some reason. I don't know. I read intuitively. I trust my intuition. So that's what I'll say there. It's you have the 2 Wands, and I feel like this is what you should be focusing on, whatever the change is that you're making here. And again, I feel like you could be getting really good news that, for some of you, I don't have the word approval popping into my head, but I am getting accepted, or something like that. So some of you might be getting accepted into a program or getting accepted into a job or something like that. And it could be approval, but I kind of get that feeling with this 2 of Wands. That's not really what the 2 of Wands represents, but again, I read intuitively, and that's what I'm getting on the 2 of Wands. I'm getting more of an approval, an acceptance letter, or you're getting accepted into a program or something along those lines. The 4 of Cups, I didn't feel this would happen. I feel like that's you saying that, by the way, Virgo. So it's maybe you had your doubts about something, getting approved upon, getting approved for something or getting accepted into something. And I feel like it's actually happening. So the 4 of Cups, I think you are kind of surprised because you're wow, I didn't think I would actually get this approval or get accepted into whatever you're getting accepted into. You have this Wish Upon a Star card. I definitely feel it's time for you to make a wish or to dream big with this energy. I do feel like it's saying exceed your own expectations. Sometimes with this card, I feel like the universe is saying go bigger, try to manifest something much, much bigger into your life. I always use the example, I started scripting, really I scripted before, but I didn't take it very seriously, but starting 3 years ago, I started taking scripting very, very seriously, and it's the changes in my life are crazy. One thing that I will say is I would go big with your scripting or your affirmations if you're doing those things, because it's I've manifested much more than what I originally wrote, which is great, but again, it kind of proved to me that I don't think we should limit ourselves when we're trying to manifest something. At the end of all my affirmations, not all of them, but some of them, if I have a dollar amount that I'm trying to manifest, for example, I always say, amount or better. I always like to allow the universe to allow something better into my life. Same thing with love. For example, if you're trying to manifest a love, I would, write down the person you're trying to manifest or better. Allow the universe to exceed your own expectations with this energy. You have the Emperor. the King of Wands and the Five of Wands here. A lot of conflict. I feel everybody is feeling a little bit controlled at this time with this Emperor energy. We have a lot going on in the world and the government and all that other stuff. So I feel everybody's feeling restricted. I feel like people are feeling like this tight energy with the Emperor there. And sorry, the camera just flickered for whatever reason, but I feel like everybody's feeling it with this card. So definitely something to keep in mind. I feel like everybody needs to realize that it's not going to last forever. The thing is, with the Emperor, I also feel, while I feel that there is restriction, I feel like the universe is really rewarding people who stick with something. And here's what I mean by that. It's like if you have a plan to do something, if you stick with the plan, you're going to be successful. It doesn't even matter how big the plan is. I've been encouraging people, like, let's say you want to write a book. Just stick to a plan that you're going to write 1 page a day. By the end of the year, that's a lot of pages, 365, right? And that's like bigger than most books are today. So, it's like I feel the universe is really rewarding people who come up with a plan like that and stick to it. Same thing, like if you want to start a YouTube channel, agree to create 1 video a week, right? It doesn't have to be a good video, just has to be a video. I feel like the people that kind of stick to the plan are going to be the ones that are successful. And this could be in any area of your life. If you're trying to improve your health, it's like if you stick to a plan to go to the gym even just once a week, again, I feel like that you're going to be rewarded if you just stick to the plan. You have the King of Wands here. It's like something wants to be nurtured. That's pretty weird that I'm getting those words in my head. It's not really what the King of Wands represents, but I feel this energy of like something that wants to be nurtured, something that wants to be taken care of. The King of Wands, he doesn't necessarily represent nurturing energy, but he kind of does at the same time, because he really takes care of something. I always say he's like the sign. He really like raises something like a baby. If he's working on a business or a career, if he's working on a child, he really takes care of it on a very deep level. He's also very bold and assertive. He really goes for the things he wants, and it doesn't matter if there is competition or if there are people in his way or anything. He knows that something is for him, so he just goes for it. And I feel like this Five of Wands is encouraging you to really kind of like go for something at this time, really make something happen. The reason why is you have this dignified card here. When planets are dignified in astrology, it kind of represents strength. It represents success as well. So I feel like there's like an opportunity for you to be very successful at this time, Virgo. If you set your mind to do something. The King of Wands, he really sets his mind to accomplish something. He really makes it happen. You have the Lovers, the Tower, and the Nine of Pentacles here. I almost feel that this could be a surprise lover that's coming in for you. So for a lot of you, I actually feel pretty good about this. It's funny that I said that the Tower, it can be a pleasant surprise. It can be a good surprise that's coming into your life. The thing about the Tower is the reason the Tower is falling is because these people are ignoring reality. And so they're being brought back down to earth. They are being grounded in reality on the card. So again, I always look at the Tower as a good card. I know that everybody's like, oh, the Tower, your life is over, blah, 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 and whatever. It's like the Tower's a good thing. Trust me, it brings everybody back down to earth. It brings everyone back down to reality so that we can, see what's going on, so that we can pay attention. But it can also be one of those things where it's like maybe your reality has been being single. Now your reality is going to be being in a relationship, right? So it's like, yeah, it's changing your reality, which I feel is going on here. But it could be a good thing for you here, Virgo. You even have the Nine of Pentacles. A lot of people read the Nine of Pentacles as a card of being single. She is independent. She is not necessarily single. I always like to say that she represents true independence. She has 6 pentacles over here, 3 over here. She's willing to give 3 pentacles to any situation in her life, and she always keeps enough for herself so that she doesn't get burnt out. Those pentacles don't have to be money. Could be energy, time, could be anything. But she's keeping the 6 pentacles for herself. And so she is truly independent. And I feel like that's the place where you're at, where it's like you have enough, enough to give, and you have enough to kind of like keep for yourself. And if you're not there yet, I feel like you will be in the very near future. It's like this is something you're working towards. Again, the Lovers could be love coming in for you, but really the Lovers can represent being at a crossroads, having a decision to make. The thing that I would say to you here, Virgo, is if you're trying to make a decision, it looks like the decision might be made for you with the Tower. It's like sometimes I think we get into these places where it's like we think about like, oh, should I go do this or should I do this? Over here, especially like on projects and things like that, we can have difficult decisions to make, or we make it difficult. We don't make a decision. And sometimes the universe comes in and makes a decision for us. I'll give you an example. It's like this channel right here, right? It's like I've been thinking about starting a podcast and kind of diversifying, doing some other things, just so I don't just only rely on this channel. And I do have other projects that I work on, but, just other things on YouTube. And like a few weeks ago, my YouTube channel got taken down. It was an accident, and it shouldn't have been taken down, right? But it got taken down. It kind of woke me up. It kind of got my ass moving, right? And that would be a Tower moment, right? It's like sometimes I think we have those things happen to be like, hey, get your ass moving. And I do feel some of you could have one of those moments where it's like, seems a little scary, really wasn't a big deal, right? I woke up at like 1 o'clock in the morning and a bunch of people were like, what happened to your channel? And luckily, I was able to appeal it and it got put back up like almost immediately. So really, was it a big deal? No, it was down for like 20 minutes or something like that. But it woke me up. It made me be like, okay, it's time to not get caught up in, just one thing. It's time to diversify. And I feel like some of you could be going through that, or you've already had a situation like that happen. With the 2 wands, you have the 6 wands. A lot of success coming in for you here. I feel like there's a lot of good stuff coming in for you. I would, to me, the 6 wands can be a return. I would be very careful of a person returning to your life. So, I would just be careful of that with the 6 wands for sure. Especially if you don't want someone, to like mess up your day. But for most of you, I feel like this is success. With the King of Cups, you have the Ace of Cups. There you go. Like I said, this could be a past person coming in with a love offer, coming in to mess up your day. So I would be careful of that. For others, I definitely feel there is new love here. So, I wouldn't really worry about it. For all of you, I would definitely say it would be a really good time to focus on positive emotion. King of Cups, he doesn't really care what's going on around him. He makes sure he's in total control of his emotions. The Ace of Cups is a card of your emotions being in control as well. It's a card of your emotions overflowing, but really the water's flowing out. It's going into the pool below it, and you could say that it's like the emotions are kind of coming from a never-ending source, because that cup could just dip back down and fill itself back up because there's water right below it. So I feel like it's more about like what you put your emotions into, like your happiness, your joy. Are you putting into things that return the same energy to you? With the 4 cups, you have the Page of Pentacles. Definitely a message coming in for you. I would pay very close attention to any messages that come in here. I would check your spam folder on your email. That just popped into my head. I would make sure to check your promotions folder in your email or something. I feel for some of you, there could be an important message that gets buried with the 4 of Cups. So again, if you're waiting for approval, acceptance, anything like that, I would make sure that you're checking, that you check somewhere where it could be hidden. Even if you're waiting on a letter in the mail, I would make sure you didn't like drop it or, lose something, especially I would say this week. I don't know what week it is. This will be coming out in the week of the 16th, I believe. So I would say the week, yes, this is a mid-monthly reading, but intuitively I feel like the first week of the middle of the month, the week of the 16th, I would be, making sure to just double check that you're not like losing anything important here. It's popping into my head. Doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but again, I feel like there's like an important message for you. With the Emperor, you have the 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups is a card of celebration. So I do feel there is like a celebration happening for you. And I also feel like there's a harvest. I feel really good about this. A lot of abundance is popping into my head here. With the King of Wands, like I said, 3 swords. I would avoid this toxic person from the past. There's no reason to dwell on it, Virgo. I'm telling you right now. It's like this right here, this person. I feel like it's one person right here from the past. And again, if you don't have a toxic person from the past, this message isn't for you. This part of the message, I should say. It's going to cause a Tower moment. I would avoid it at all costs. Especially if it's an earth sign, a water sign or a fire sign. Probably a Scorpio with fire based off this reading is what I would say to you. I would avoid that at all cost. With the 5 of Wands, you have the Ace of Swords. Closure, definitely the truth. It's like, and also an important message coming in for you. Clearly, this reading is all about an important message you will be receiving. I feel like it's a physical message, like I said, email, text message, letter, you know, something like that. And it feels like it's for approval, the approval of something, acceptance, you know, like I said, something along those lines. So I feel really good if you're like waiting for something like that. For others, I feel like there's a victory coming in for you here. With the lovers, you have the High Priestess. Could be a Pisces. Again, if you're looking for new love, I feel like there is a new person also showing up in this reading. And I feel like it could be a Pisces. Could also just be someone with Pisces in their chart. It could also be an earth sign I'm getting here. It could be any sign, general reading. But I feel like it's someone who's more intuitive. Someone who's like a little bit more mysterious. I'm getting on that High Priestess as well. I feel like they're like a little bit more mysterious, but I also feel in the same way they're like a little bit more, you know, I feel like they don't hold anything back. I'm getting beginning, middle, and end. The High Priestess, she sees the beginning and middle and end of all situations. That's not how it's popping into my head, though. I feel like it's like, I don't know if you've ever, like, you know, met a person where it's like maybe they don't like share everything, but if you ask them a question, they share it. You know, I feel like this person isn't like purposely mysterious, but I feel like they're also very open at the same time, but very intuitive. With the Tower, you have the Knight of Swords. I'm telling you right now, I said it to someone else. I don't remember who, but Mercury retrograde, you know, Knight of Swords to me is my card of second opinions. If you are getting your car fixed, if you're, you know, doing anything that costs money, I would make sure to get a second opinion, especially if like you go to the mechanic and they're like, oh, this is going to be $1 million, you know, I would get a second opinion. Knight of Swords is my card of second opinions. It doesn't even say that someone is trying to trick you. It just says like maybe, you know, it's like sometimes it's like, I don't know, I had like a while ago I had to have some plumbing fixed at my house, right? And it's like the first person, it's like it didn't sound right what they were saying, and I just think they just didn't know a better way, right? When I had the second person come out, it was like someone more mature, someone who I feel like, and they were able to fix it much faster, much easier, and it was probably because they knew how to do it, right? It's like sometimes I don't think people are trying to trick us. Maybe they just don't know another way to do things. And so I always say, Knight of Swords is my second opinion card, especially during retrogrades, especially when someone's like, this is going to cost us much money. Second opinion, plain and simple. I would also be careful if someone's rushing into your life. Knight of Swords, someone comes rushing back in, just thinking they can sweep you off your feet. I would say, hell no. With the Nine of Pentacles, here you go. Nine of Pentacles is pre-Empress energy, and your outcome is the Empress. Total abundance, total success, and empowerment. Not only that, you have the Emperor and the Empress. So if you're looking for love, I feel like a new person is like your emperor, your empress, or whatever. You know, I don't attach gender to my cards. It's like you balance each other out. So there could be a very good relationship coming in for you as well. But pretty simple reading. I feel like there's just a message coming in, an important message that you should miss coming in for you. So that's that. So thank you for being here, Virgo. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.